Latif, and you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah, right.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hi, I'm Akil.
And you're watching the Betty Shabazz podcast training on the Higher Learning Network. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cadence.
Hi, I'm Akil.
You're watching a Betty Shabazz podcast training and a higher learning TV show.
Today we will be interviewing Miss Vieta.
Today, here are Betty Shabazz. We address our elders as Mama and Baba, so we'll be addressing our guest as Mama Vieta.
Welcome to our show, Mama Vieta.
Can't hear her.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes. So as we know, you are a life coach and a yoga instructor, right?
That's correct.
So we have some questions to ask.
Okay.
So one of our questions was, what methods do you use to help people?
I use my blog talk radio shows that come on Friday morning called Health and Wellbeing with Vieta. And that's a 2-hour broadcast. So I help people by sharing my experience and the knowledge I've gained over 35 years in the holistic health field. And I also work with individuals when they have a need, when they call me, when they contact me, and they want help with their diet or their life. And I help them by sitting with them and listening to their needs. What are their needs? And how can I specifically help them to increase their health and well-being?
Oh, well, that's a very nice answer. So what I got from that is that it is mostly from your experience.
That's correct.
On that note, I wanted to ask how you got into this and how you became a coach for life.
I grew up with a father who taught high school students, and he was a football coach. And my dad also taught physical education for over 30 years. So my father always encouraged his 3 daughters to be very active at the YMCA, to ride our bikes, and to be involved in swimming and all types of sports. So I was raised by a man who was very aware of the necessary training to be healthy in my adult life was to be active as a child and to participate in sports of all kinds. So my father died in 2019. So that was only about 3.5 years ago. So I had his influence with me most of my life to guide me and teach me and give me advice on the best way to live my life and some of the things I should do to stay healthy.
So basically, and I'm sorry for your loss, just following in your father's footsteps and the things that he's done, and it kind of carried on to you.
Yes.
So on that note, we have another question. What is a detox?
Very good question. So our air is polluted. Sometimes we eat food that is not nourishing for our body. And sometimes we hold on to toxic emotions. I would say toxic emotions are fear, anger, bitterness, resentment, jealousy. Those are what I call toxic emotions because they lower your frequency in your body, they lower your vibration, and they interfere with your ability to be the best that you can be. So between the foods that are toxic, the air that's toxic, and your emotions that are toxic, in order to be your best self and your strongest self, You want to detox or eliminate, clear out your body of all those things, and especially your emotions, because your emotions are so powerful to cause sickness and disease. So when I teach people how to detox their emotions, it involves breathing deeply, meditating, hugging trees, going out in nature, and practicing having faith over fear, because having faith and gratitude will help you be healthier versus being angry and bitter and resentful and fearful, which will make you sick.
So basically, what I'm getting from that is when you have more negative type emotions, that it kind of weighs down on your body and your well being, which makes you, it's like for some people, for like stress, it makes them like maybe look older because they're just not happy.
That's exactly right. It affects you on the outside. As you said, you look older when you're depressed and angry and bitter and fearful versus when you're happy and have gratitude and you forgive everyone. You look better and you feel better. That's exactly right.
All right. So, I also wanted to ask, what are some ways to balance and heal?
Hello?
Glad you asked. Breathing,
Alright.
deep breathing is I would say the first way I would recommend is deep breathing outside, around trees, around nature, in a clean environment. Breathing in through your nose, exhaling through your nose, breathing in. Doing frequent deep breathing is one of the ways to improve your health. The other way is to move your body. Move around. Don't sit around watching TV or playing on your computer or doing. You have to move your body, whether it's swimming, walking, yoga. That is how my father lived to be 95 years old. And even when he couldn't move his legs too much, he would sit in a chair, lift his legs up, and just move his legs around. And that's how I believe he had a life of mostly good health till he was 95 years old.
Yes. So, now we're gonna have a caller, and they're gonna ask you some questions.
Okay.
Hello, please state your name and where you're calling from. From.
Hi, my name is Brandon, the OG Rizzler. My name is OG Rizzler.
Repeat that.
And my name is Among Us, the original Rizzler God Among Us part.
Okay. Well, is there anything you would like to ask Mama Viata?
Or you can just call me Sesbaka
Okay.
Jr.
Is there anything you would like to ask Mama Viata?
Hi, Mama Viata. I was wondering, what exactly do you do for your detox program?
Good question. Thank you. First of all, I stopped eating so much.
Hello, Mama Viata.
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you well. Yes,
Okay.
well.
First of all, one of the first things I recommend you do is stop eating so much. We don't need 3 meals a day. Intermittent fasting is what I practice, and that means not eating anything until 12 noon. I drink water and lemon in the morning, and then I might have some tea, like oolong tea. I love oolong tea or peppermint tea. And then at noon, I start thinking about eating maybe some scrambled eggs with lots of vegetables or a smoothie. One of my favorite things to have at noon is a smoothie with lots of berries in it, some spirulina, coconut, avocado, flaxseed. I load it up with nutrients that will help me have energy for the day. And then I might have a bigger meal at 3 o'clock. And that's pretty much how you're detoxing your body. You're giving your body a break from having to digest so much food, and especially processed food, which is not helpful or healthy or healing for you. So, number one, fasting. Two, breathing, deep breathing outside in nature in a very nice environment with flowers, trees, and maybe near the ocean or near the lake.
Mm.
Okay.
Did you get all of that? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Okay.
And that will be it for our caller. Thank
So-
you for calling.
And I heard you talking about fasting. My family, we are Muslims, and
All
during
participants are muted,
during
and they can unmute
during
themselves.
a certain month we fast. It's called Ramadan. So you only eat one meal a day, and you can like only drink like water and things like that. And it sounded very similar, and it's like really good for your body. Like even my dad, he tried like a food detox where he would drink like a lot of like herbal teas and things like that to help his body, and he would eat lots of nutrients.
Okay, that sounds like a very wise thing to do, because you're giving your body a break. Part of any religious routine or activity should always be focused on meditating more, becoming more spiritual. Whatever your religion, whatever your faith, we should always be moving toward a more spiritual life, which means focusing on the unseen, getting away from materialism, getting away from food, too much food, too many things in our life. So yes, that's a practice. It can be very beneficial, but it should not end with Ramadan. There should still be a lifestyle that limits the amount of food, especially processed food, sugars, alcohol. Limiting all those foods throughout your life is going to help you have a healthier, stronger body.
Okay.
All right.
So another question is, what like foods do you recommend to eat?
Berries are very good. Blueberries, strawberries, cranberries are low in sugar, and they're very high in nutrition. Okay. And beyond the berries, you want to eat lots of vegetables. There's so many vegetables. And fermented foods should be on your list to help your gut, your colon area. Around your navel is your microbiome. How to feed that area of your body so it really works for you is to eat things like sauerkraut, pickles, yogurt. Those are really good foods to bring the gut of your body, your microbiome up to a very high level of microbes that will help you when you're sick, when you're tired. More of those type of fermented foods.
All right. Well, we are all out of time. So, thank you for joining us, and you're watching the Betty Shabazz podcast training on the Higher Learning Network.
We'll see you next time.
Shalom. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.